Now to WSTC News with your anchors, Erica Zavatsky and Brandon Ducker.
Hello and welcome to WSTC News. I'm Brandon Ducker.
And I'm Erica Zavatsky. This student-operated newscast is brought to you by the Belmont-Harrison Career Center in St. Clairsville High School.
Traffic accidents have been plaguing the roads in the state of Ohio. WSTC reporter Jake Stewart has more on the story.
Every time you drive past the Ohio Valley Mall, there's a sign that says 863 deaths that have occurred due to traffic accidents. What can people do to prevent traffic accidents?
Probably the best thing I could say is to be alert of your surroundings. Of course, don't break any laws while you're driving. Watch the texting. Don't be impaired under the influence of anything. But just staying alert of your surroundings and obeying all the laws.
Due to the laws being increased by the state cops, do you feel safer on the roads?
I do feel safer on the roads, like with all the enforcement on different kinds of laws and everything. I feel a lot safer.
What do you feel that we can do to prevent traffic accidents?
Probably drive better and obey the actual laws that you're supposed to, like what they teach you in driver's school, and doing things you're not supposed to.
Never drink or be in an alcoholic state while driving. Always be safe behind the wheel, and always be safe before you're even behind the wheel. So just think before you act, or you will get arrested. So now when you're driving, please be careful, and you better click it, or you'll get a ticket.
Bus credentials, do they keep us safe or are they invading our privacy? On October 26th and 27th, all the St. Clairsville students acquired these bus cards to use daily. Here's reporter Joe Porter with the story.
With these bus cards being a required item for all of St. Clairsville students, we wonder how they will work. With the confusion setting in, we set off to find how people feel about them. How are these bus credentials helping the district, and how do you feel about them?
Well, they're helping the district in many ways. For one thing, it's a safety. Helps it with safety, allows us to know the number of students that are on board and when they're on board, when they get on, when they get off. In case of an accident, it also helps with parents if they have a question about the students, whether they did ride the bus that day or whether they got off at a certain bus stop, especially in cold weather. And a lot for the younger students. A lot of parents are a lot more concerned about the younger elementary students than they are, as far as the when they got off the bus and where they got off the bus at and those kind of things. And yeah, I think they're going to be a great benefit. The district will also be able to track students a little better, know where students are coming from, ridership on the bus to be able to find out if we need to add a bus to a certain area or if we can be more efficient with our routing.
How do you feel about the bus credentials that we received on October 27th?
I feel like they're a good thing for our school, so they know they can keep track who's on the bus, who's not. But I feel like it gives students a number, and they don't feel like more as a person. They feel like more as like a member of society because they have a number on them now.
Contrary to people's beliefs, these bus credentials did not cost St. Clairsville schools any money. A grant was given to the school by the state for this program. Do you feel as if these bus credentials are helping or invading students' privacy?
I think that every time we move up in technology, people want to get into the new century and whatever, but every time it seems to be an inconvenience for people, they want to complain. We now can, once we pick up the students, we know where they are, when they're on and off the bus. We're not tracking them through the school. We're not tracking them anywhere except when we're absolutely responsible for them, which is on the bus. And, in snowstorms and with the roads that we have in our area, I think it's a wonderful idea. I do not think in any way it's invading privacy. It would be different if we're tracking you before and after school, but we're doing this only when we're responsible for the students.
Every single St. Clairsville student, either in elementary or middle or high school, have these bus credentials and have to use them every single time they ride a bus. Reporting for WSTC, I'm Joe Porter. Back to you.
Don't change that dial. Stay tuned for more WSTC News.
Musical productions, Halloween and weekend weather, you won't want to miss it.
and take advantage of the opportunities offered at the Belmont-Harrison Career Centers and learn a trade while earning your high school diploma at the same time. Check out interesting and challenging programs right now. Business, skilled trades, technical, mechanical, or personal services. You'll find Belmont-Harrison Career Centers facilities and programs truly amazing. See your guidance counselor or call the Belmont-Harrison Career Centers today at 740-695-9130 or visit their website at www.bhccenters.com.
Over the Harold Hill and into the woods to get more on the story for the middle school musical. We go to the cast for more on the scene.
Hello, I'm Jada Creer, and during this segment, we'll be interviewing St. Clairsville Middle School student and staff of this year's production, The Music Man.
Who's your character in The Music Man?
I play Marion, and she's the librarian, in the town. And at first, she doesn't like Harold, but as he evolves throughout the story, her feelings change towards him.
Are you excited to play her?
Yeah, I'm excited to play her. And my character last year is completely different than it is this year, so, it's challenging, but it's fun.
How does it feel directing your first middle school production?
Well, it's very nerve-wracking at first, being the director for the first time, but it's also very exciting to be able to work with all these kids and use everything that I have from my previous productions and, helping them to do this on stage for themselves.
Is it a big change from starring in the play to directing it?
Oh, it's a huge change. Going from being on stage and just worrying about your one role and, knowing those one lines to being responsible for 30-some kids and making sure that they all get the part and the lights and the music and everything, it's a huge change, but it's an awesome change. It's very rewarding.
Thus begins a busy week for middle school cast members. November 2nd is the first dress rehearsal, November 3rd is the parent preview, and November 4th, 5th, and 6th is showtime. How does it feel to be the Music Man?
It's a really good experience, and I'm glad I got it because I've never been a lead role, and this is the first year, so it's a good experience for me.
Come support Austin Holmes and the middle school cast in their production, The Music Man. Showtime starts at 8 o'clock, and tickets are $6.
New school year means a new season for the St. C Singers. Here's WSTC's Troy Powell with more on the story.
Time to warm up your vocal cords because the St. C Singer season has started up. With the success they've had in previous years, this year certainly lives up to the hype. I'm going to ask a couple of singers how they plan on going about their first competition.
Well, there's a lot we could do. You see, we started our practices, our vocal meetings and everything. We have, after what's said and done, we'll have over 100 hours dedicated to practicing and getting ready. Along with, we have our dance clinic is this weekend. We'll have 10 to 15 hours alone there. And what we really need from the group is the dedication. You have to want to be there, make it 100% effort, don't blow it off or make other plans. You got to be 100% dedicated to the group and what we're going to push into.
Well, we just started, but we've had a couple great practices. We got dance clinic coming up, and so we're looking forward to everybody digging in, really working hard, and dotting the I's and crossing the T's so that we can have a spectacular show come January.
The St. C Singers will be holding their parent preview on Friday, January 8th.
Well, right now we're doing vocals like every other day, and we're learning all of our songs. And then this weekend we have our dance clinic, and that's going to help us learn our routine. And so after that, we'll just run it and run it and run it, and that'll help us get prepared for our first competition.
From WSTC, I'm Troy Powell.
Fall is here and the leaves are changing. That means Halloween has come and gone. Last week, the elementary school presented their annual Halloween parade at Red Devil Stadium. Let's turn to WSTC reporter Matt Kuhn for this Halloween special.
I'm Matt Kuhn reporting with WSTC News. With the fall season quickly approaching, the elementary school is quickly getting into the fall spirit by putting on a Halloween parade for the kids. Let's see what the students and faculty of the elementary school have to say about this.
We just thought it would be a fun event for the kids to be able to showcase their costumes when they come to school. And we came up with a parade for the teachers to enter a Halloween costume contest, just to kind of show support for the elementary school.
Now, how do you feel the kids enjoyed it? Do you think they all liked it very well?
Oh, they love it. They look forward to it. Every year, Mrs. Shepard-Smith announces it's time for the Halloween parade, and you just hear a rumble of screams coming out throughout the hallways. So it's a really good time. We enjoy it.
So, Jenna, I really like your costume. Can you tell me all about it?
It is from a movie called Inside Out, and her name is Joy, and like she's like very happy. She's jumpy, and she's like happy all the time.
According to Time magazine, Americans spent an estimated $6.9 billion on Halloween in 2015. So Shannon, as a parent's point of view, how do you feel about watching your kid walk around the football field and seeing him on the Jumbotron?
I love it. I think the kids are so precious, and every year it's just one of those things that we look forward to.
If you could say anything to the faculty at the elementary school for putting this on, what would you say?
I would say thank you, because as a parent, it's a good thing to watch them, and it's a good thing for us. Makes us feel good to know that they put so much time into our kids.
This is Matt Kuhn reporting with WSTC. Back to you.
Now let's take a look at the weather. What is forecasted? WSTC meteorologist Logan DeLong has the report.
Thank you for checking in, Brandon. I'm your meteorologist, Logan DeLong. This weekend's weather is expected to be in the mid-50s with a slight chance of rain on Sunday, so don't forget your umbrellas. I'm your meteorologist, Logan DeLong. Back to you.
WSTC will continue after this short commercial break. Stay tuned for WSTC Sports.
With football and the St. C Marching Band right around the corner, stay with us.
Most people are sleeping during sunrise, but no, I'm watching WSTC News. I like that song, turn that up, yeah. Down here by the river, meets the sea.
In the sticky heat, I feel you.
Now, with the nameplay, there's no horsing around.
Hello, and welcome to WSTC Sports. I'm Jack Klendorst.
And I'm Brianna Thomas. Now let's turn our attention to what's happening in the wide world of sports.
High school football's regular season is coming to an end, and that means it's time for playoffs. The Red Devils will host the Panthers of Licking Valley in round one. WSTC's Cole Skaggs has the recap on the Red Devils' 8-1 season.
Welcome to WSTC News. I'm Cole Skaggs. The regular season for football has come to an end, and that means it's time for postseason play. I interviewed members of the football team and the student section to get their opinion on the season thus far. How do you think the season is going so far?
Very pleased with the season. You know, we had high expectations coming into this year, and our senior group has done a great job of getting us to, week 10 with an undefeated record. Big game tonight, but we hope to finish it out and continue on in the playoffs with a good year.
How do you think the season has gone so far?
Well, now that I'm back and healthy, I'm glad to be back, and I'm kind of really excited for this game tonight. And we've had a good season. I want to keep it up for the playoffs and beat Big Red.
The St. Clairsville Red Devils finished their regular season at 8-1. They are hosting a first-round playoff game on November 7th. How has the student section been this year, and what are your expectations for the playoffs?
I think we've been all right. We've been doing some good stuff lately. We've had some good chants, and a lot more people have been showing up. It's just good. It's a good atmosphere, and I really have big plans for the playoffs.
Reporting for WSTC News, I'm Cole Skaggs.
Strike Up the Band. The St. Clairsville Red Devil Marching Band has qualified for this year's state competition. Their practice and hard work has pushed the band to its higher level of accomplishment. It has been 24 years since the band has reached a state competition. Here's WSTC's Autumn Boyer to tell you more.
With competition season almost over, the St. C Marching Band has one more competition states. Mr. S has been pushing them hard to have them perform the best they can. From cleaning drill to working on music, let's see how they're prepared for their last competition of the season. How does the band prepare for competitions?
We practice after school on Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays for 2 hours. We practice marching, music. We go step by step and clean things, make sure our marching's together. We're in sync all the way across the board, and just get ready for the competitions or game that week. Competition, it would be a little more high stakes because we're playing for judges. We're at a football game. We're trying to entertain the crowd. And at a competition, there's 9 judges, and they're looking at our feet, looking how we're playing, all aspects of what we're doing and giving us a rating. So there's a little more pressure to a competition than playing at a football game.
Thank you. So, Garen, how does the band usually prepare for competitions?
Well, we prepare by, we have mandatory practices every week. The drum line we'll do Mondays in the evening, 7 to 9, and we do practices Wednesday and Thursday, right after school, 2:30 till 4:30.
Is there a difference between performing at a halftime show and performing at a competition?
Yes, actually there is. Well, for the halftime show, we usually have all of our props. Sometimes we don't use them. It just depends on the weather conditions. But we also have what they call alternates. So when we do a halftime show, we have all 84 students participating. But when we do an actual competition, we have 79, and the alternates are in charge of the props. And yeah, basically, we have judges that walk around during the competitions, and that's how we get judged on.
Thank you. The St. Clairsville Marching Band has 84 members and 10 seniors, and more wanting to come up from the middle school next year. So, Bobby, how does the band usually prepare for competitions?
To start off, the drumline practices on Mondays from 7 to 9, and then there's the band practices by themselves on Tuesdays. Then full band goes Wednesday and Thursday, and by then we'll have everything together. We'll have everything practiced by then, and it'll be all together. We'll be ready for the show.
Awesome. So is there a difference between performing for a halftime show and performing at a competition?
It feels like it, yeah. It does. There does seem to be. There's definitely a lot more pressure at a competition because it seems like, you're being judged. So it just feels like there's a lot more on it than just performing for people people you don't know. You're more being judged, rated against others.
Thanks, Bobby. The St. Clairsville Marching Band hasn't been to states in 24 years. The last time they went was when Mr. Cooper was band director in 1991. Reporting for WSTC News, I'm Autumn Boyer. Back to you.
Well, that's all the time we have for WSTC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay classy and have a great week.
BU's credentials. Do they help keep us safe or are they invading our privacy? On October 26th and 27th, all...
It's really bus credentials. I was just messing there.
What?
It's really bus.
You jerk!
Gotcha. Over the Harold Hill and into the woods.
1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V.
It's not!
Now, what do you